Have you ever wondered what would happen if you put two JEE aspirants turned design students into a single project? No, seriously. Okay, we'll tell you anyways. Madness. Pure madness. And you're about to witness it through the tale of our open design and technology final submission. A rubber-powered ornithopter. Or should we say, the ornithopter. Let's dive right in. It all started on a mundane morning at Blue Tech Eye with infinite caffeine, infinite Pinterest scrolling, and infinite scribbling. And then we met bionic birds. Should we do this? Physics? Check. Aerodynamics? Check. Over-ambitious? Check. Sounds like something that would make us cry and lose sleep. Double check. Definitely. Will we learn something new though? Absolutely. And will it be fun? Hell yes. So there it was, our final decision, the Udan Khatola. And here we come. Watch us as we understand, build, fail, cry a little, laugh a lot, and maybe, just maybe, you can build one too. And our Udan Khatola. And as a wise man once said, कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है. So we did lose a lot. We lost money, we lost patience, and we lost some sleep. Just some. So let's start from the step 1, losing money. The bill of materials. So it starts with a Fevikwik, a plier, a wire cutter, a 0.6 mm wire, a lighter, a garbage bag, foam boards, a thread, rubber bands, and balsa wood. Oh, by the way, meet our third teammate. It's called the balsa wood. And mind you, it wasn't our first choice. We tried ice cream sticks, but they were too dense, which resulted into poor wing lift. We tried foam boards, but they were too flexible and they would ultimately result into frame instability. So there it was, our savior, balsa wood, all the way from Bandra. It was strong enough, it was light enough, that means it was the perfect material, the perfect halki lakdi that would make our ornithopter glide in air. So yes. Moving on to the next step, losing patience. So let me introduce you to the different parts of our ornithopter. The main frame, the wings, the tail, and the crank mechanism. So let's start by building our main frame. Now, the second wood, here we mark at 5 mm from the lower end. The third wood, here we use the 4 mm thickness wood, but we sand it down using a sandpaper to 1.5 mm of thickness. Then we have these two right angle triangles with their height as 9 mm, and we need to make sure that they are exactly at 90 degrees. Then we have our 18 mm toothpick, and these are all the components that we would be needing to build our farm. And these are all the components that we would need for building the skeleton of our main frame. So for the final touches, we add these 4 cylinders at their respective positions. Now what are these cylinders? These are basically sanded cylindrical foam board. Now to make hole in these, we use our 0.6 mm wire. We heat it on one side and we pierce it right through. How does it help? This makes sure that the hole is exactly the size of the wire, which helps in the stable motion of the wires and ultimately results in a stable flight. Moving on to the wings. Now for the wings, you can cut up a 0.5 cm. Now for the wings, you can cut the wood as per these dimensions. And sand it so that it goes from 3 mm breadth to 1 mm breadth. We took the dimensions. Now to bend the wood, we used a steam iron here to soften the wood. You can also put the wood in boiling hot water, tape it on the template printout as per the curvature, and tape it right there. You can leave it overnight or just blow dry it, and you can see that it catches the shape. Now, for the next step, you will have to mold the wires in these particular dimensions using your plier and again your wire cutter. And you will achieve figures like these. Now assemble these, have all of your components ready, and you can just assemble it as shown in the images. Similarly, assemble the pieces as per the given dimensions for the tail. And now you can start working on the crank mechanism. For the crank mechanism, we'll take the wooden dimensions. Mechanism, our major component, is a wooden plank which would be around 5 cm by 1 cm. But make sure that you have holes, again using the lighter and our 0.6 mm wires, at a distance of precisely 4 centimeters. Now the last step would be keeping the ornithopter upside down on a garbage bag and stick it using a mixture of araldite and feviquick and cut it as per the given dimensions. And there you'll have it, your ornithopter.